Well, hello, friends. Welcome back to Browser Hacking. Today, we are going to continue working on WPT failures, and I have a timeout that I would like to investigate, which I saw in the HTML directory here. So let me just go and find it. Right, here we go. So this one is called document ready state HTML, and it's timing out in Ladybird after 10 seconds. And that doesn't sound right because we totally support document ready state. So this shouldn't be something terribly complicated to fix, I would think. Now, yeah, we can see here when we try to run it that it just kind of hangs. And what's going wrong is that the last one is not passing. Okay, so the ready state change event is fired each time that the document ready state changes, but then I guess that just doesn't happen. So the ready state is, I think, like a string that every document has. And if you ask what the ready state is, it goes through a sort of a life cycle where when you start loading a new document, it's like loading. And then after it downloads all the data from the server, then it's complete. And then it becomes interactive, like it says here, once parsing is finished. I think that's the life cycle of ready state. There might be other states that I forget, but it seems like those are the ones that they care about here. And we definitely implement it, right? Yeah, we have that. So we have document ready state, which is totally implemented in document right here. Yeah. So it returns a string for those states, and those are all the states that we know about. So sounds like the problem is that we're not doing a ready state change event, which we are firing, although that's in XML HTTP request. But we're also firing it in DOM document right here. Fire ready. Yeah, we can just log that just to see what happens. Wait, what is the readiness value? Oh, shoot. Okay, that's good enough. Let's see. Then I guess I just want to get this. No, that's totally the wrong URL. My bad. Okay, well, we can see here that we are firing ready state change events. So maybe something is wonky with the test. Let's get a local copy going. And then I guess, it depends on some sub-resources. So it wants this guy right here. And test harness report.js. So we'll just tweak these, a little bit here. No big deal. Okay, now we can run it locally, which is nice because then we can hack the test. Okay, so we are firing the event, which, what does that mean? What is the test even doing? Okay, so there are 3 asynchronous tests in this whole thing. First test triggers an onload, and we check the ready state and verify that it's complete. Sure. And then in DOM content loaded, which we fire after parsing, we say now it's interactive. That part's great. And then we set up an onReady state change event handler where we just collect the ready states into this array every time that we get called. And when we become complete, then we say the test is done. Okay, so how about we alert? Hello. This will be some very sophisticated testing here. Okay. Hello, interactive, complete. Okay, that's not good. Wait, what? So is it that maybe on ready state change is not set up as there's like this I forget what it's called when you have sort of an on foo that represents an event handler. So what if we set it up manually like this? Is this how you would do that? I think. Does that work? Okay. So that totally works. So problem is that on ready state change, we just ignore that. So maybe we just never implemented that. On ready state change is implemented on XML HTTP request, which is unrelated. And sounds like it's not implemented elsewhere. Okay, so where are we supposed to implement that? Document. Specs. Okay, so ready state change is fired at the document, la 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 la. Right, but I care about on ready state change. Okay, let me get the full version of the HTML spec. You can open the HTML spec as like one big file, which is what I'm doing now, or you can load it as like many different ones called a multi-page version, which is linked here. But opening it as one big file is great if you want to search for something, because then you're searching in the entire spec. Otherwise, you're kind of just searching in a subsection, and then you can often miss stuff. So here we are. Special event handler IDL attributes that only apply to document objects. I think that's the name of the concept I was reaching for earlier. Event handler IDL attributes. So yeah, we want to set, that should be a thing on the document object. We already have a bunch of on this and that event handlers via the global event handlers thing. So all of these things we just kind of get from the global event handlers mixin. I'm pretty sure that's set up in document IDO. Global event handlers. Yeah, we're including that here. So we get all of those, but it seems like on ready state change and on visibility change as well, actually. Sounds like we're not getting that one either then. Yeah, nobody's taking care of that. So let's do both. 2 for 1. We'll just put this at the bottom here of document and legacy lenient to this. Not familiar with that one, but okay, well, there's precedent, so we don't have to worry about that right now. Okay, so if we just do that, right, then we have to actually implement them in C++, which can probably do whatever XHR does. So XHR, XML HTTP request, does like this. So just like 2 simple functions that forward to these APIs. This feels like a very good candidate for C++ code generation, actually. Shouldn't have to write this by hand, but I'm going to right now. But note to self or to anybody listening, we could probably generate all of these instead of writing them out like this. So ready state changes, and the event names would be HTML event names, I guess, because we were looking at the HTML spec. And right, I need to add them to the document.h as well. Somewhere. I don't know, where do I put it? I want to go to where the protected section starts. Right here is good. Okay. And we were also doing on visibility change. Okay. So I guess we can write that out here as well. Okay. Cool. So hopefully it's that easy that we just need to care. So what this thing does is that it sets things up so that if you assign to on ready state change, then we take the thing that you're assigning, which can be well, it can be either like a JavaScript function object, but it can also be a string, I think. And if it's a string, then we'll turn that string into a JavaScript function, um, depending on what you give us. I'm pretty sure. Callback. Hmm. Where are we parsing the thing? HTML event handler. Surely we parse it somewhere. So event handler value. Okay, so event handler can be either a string or a callback. I wonder when that actually gets parsed. Maybe when first time that you try to call it. Which kind of makes sense, I guess. It's a little janky. It says here, fix me. This string should actually be an internal raw uncompiled handler struct. Right. Okay. Well, we don't have to go down that rabbit hole right now, but it's kind of interesting though that the event handler is kind of can be stored as a string if you were to do stuff like like document dot on visibility change, alert hello. Like, is that how you do that? Let's try with on load. Oh, which is going to screw these up. But let's try it anyway, just out of interest. That didn't happen. Okay, so that's not how you do that. How do you do that? Supposed to put a function in here? I don't remember how this works. Surely that's not how it works. No. Okay. Right. On event properties. That's what they call them on MDN. Okay. There's supposed to be a way to assign strings to them, but apparently I forget how to do that. On ready state change. I'm so curious now. Like, I just want to figure out how this actually works. Is this not how you do it? Okay, I guess we should wait for it to compile before we mess with it too much. Because this doesn't actually do anything yet. These are these kind of things that I learned in the 90s. And my mental model of how this stuff works is kind of very old. Has a very old origins. No, nobody here is doing what I have in mind. Um, yeah, like I remember the first time I used event handlers in JavaScript was like back in Netscape 2 or Netscape 3 times. Okay, so let's just stop screwing with the test. Okay, so now it works correctly. That's good. So we can pass the test. And can we pass it online? Oh, that was wget. Okay, so that works as well. But how the heck does it work when you assign a string to an event handler? I mean, I'm sure, I suspect nobody does this anymore. I just want to figure out how it works. So I guess we can read our implementation and figure out how it's supposed to work. So we would end up in here, set event handler attribute. That's where we would go from set on ready state change, right? So we would go here and we would have a callback type, presumably. And then we would install an event handler, okay, with the callback type. Although, how would that ever work though? Because we always have a callback type, and a callback type is a JS object. Okay, I'm going to have to print out what we're actually getting here. And target, and we will also print out value callback. Yeah, can we just print that out somehow? Let's just make a much simpler test. So if we just do this, and here we just say alert 1. What is actually happening? A crash. Ooh. Oh, wait, is it because the value is null here? That's probably why. Right, so the value is null. So we're calling in and we don't have anything. So that should certainly mean that we're just turning off the event handler. So am I just misremembering that strings work? Oh, wait. I'm thinking this is not how this works. Right, because strings don't work. In this context, they work on attributes. So that's where I'm wrong here. So if we go to onload, I think you can't do what I did there, but you can put it on like the body element here, for example. This is supposed to work, I think. Aha. Okay. Right. So assigning a string works in an attribute context, but not in a DOM content attribute context, but not in an IDL attribute / property context. Subtle difference. And I hope that nobody out there is writing code where any of this matters, because please don't pass your JavaScript functions as strings if you can avoid it. Okay, so do we have anything to undo here? No, but we need some tests. So let's make a test. And I guess we can just make a simple what do we want to call this? Ready state change. On ready state change, let's say. So we will get the usual test harness that we normally use. And actually, maybe we should do like this here. Window on ready document on ready state change. Push the ready state, and then here we will log all the things that we pushed. How will that go? We only get interactive. Sure. Does that match what we get in Chrome? Okay. I guess that's okay. You're not going to get the other ready states in on ready state change. Yeah, how would you even get those? Because it can't go backwards. I guess if you're listening on another document somehow, I don't know. But what matters here is that we get something at all. So that part is good. Okay. So let me go ahead and rebaseline. Okay, so now we can do that much. And then the visibility change, we can create a test for that as well. I hope that we're actually firing that event so that there's something to test. Do we fire visibility change? Okay, we're creating an event here. Update the visibility state. Okay. I mean, let's just find out if we are actually firing it. Ready, we'll call it visibility. Sure. Oh, what do you call them? Is there an API for that in document? Visibility. It is called visibility state. Well, excellent. And here we get nothing. On visibility state change. That's not the name of the API though. On visibility change. So how would we get a visibility change? When the contents of the tab have become visible or have been hidden. Visibility change. On visibility change. But like I'm backgrounding the tab, that doesn't matter. What if I minimize it? No, or maybe, wait, hold on. Maybe it's adding it to that vector or that array without saying anything. Viz change. Okay, let's try that. Okay. Okay, so when you're switching tabs, it definitely does something. Okay, so it might be that we don't have that hooked up so that I don't have a way to test it. I guess I definitely don't have a way to test it in the test runner either. So I'm not going to worry too much about that right now because I know that we're doing the right thing. We're just adding a missing thing. But I am going to dodge doing the test for it right now. So I guess yeah, we're just going to do that one. Hmm. Oh, wait, I need to make a branch. Implement document on ready state visibility change ideal attributes. Properties. Yeah. These are standard ideal event attribute handlers that forward. And these are just standard, yeah. Fixes at least one WPT test, which was this guy right here. And also we don't currently have a way to test visibility, page visibility changes in our test infrastructure. So that fix is just tagging along here anyway. Yeah. Okay. So I don't like my commit discipline here. That was a bit sloppy. So let's actually tweak that a little bit. I want to do two separate commits, even if we're doing it, even if we're including the visibility change thing without a test, we're still going to do two separate commits. So let's just split those up. So we'll do visibility change separately. So on the first one, we'll have it shaped like this instead, let's say. And on visibility change, yeah, we'll do it this way. And instead of implement, how about support? Just a standard ideal event attribute handler. Okay, then we will go back here and actually do visibility change as well. Support document on visibility change. We don't have a way to trigger this from a test, but the fix is so simple that we might as well get it in. Yeah, so that should be good. Yeah, that's really, really quite nice. Okay, so that is one test fixed. Possibly other tests. You know, there might be all kinds of tests that rely on ready state change. Hard to know that. I mean, I guess we could actually grep through the tests. I have WBT checked out here somewhere. Yep. Let's see. Okay. On ready state change at least occurs in multiple tests, although many of them are XML HTTP request related, as we can see. Might be all of them, actually. Document, let's see. Document on ready state change. How many do we really have? A couple. Just a couple. Just 3. Even so. Wonder if we're fixing those then. Let's see. Editing crash test. Let's see about that. What was the name of it? Let's see if this is one of the things getting fixed. I guess it's one of those tests that's just like not supposed to crash, and as long as you don't crash, you're good. And we don't, but I don't know about that one. And what was the other one? Navigation timing. Okay, so just as something we can handle now? That's cool. Wonder if we would have been able to handle that before. No, we wouldn't have. So, fixing 2 tests. Fantastic. Okay. Very, very nice. So I guess I'm just gonna end the video here. But if you made it this far, thank you for watching and for hanging out. I hope that you saw something interesting and maybe even got a little bit inspired to help us look at WPT tests. We, of course, have the graphonograph here, which we are trying to nudge upwards. We had a little bit of a regression recently that we're tracking down, but on the whole, we're moving in the right direction, upwards. It just takes time because there are a lot of tests. So I'll put links to the graph and the dashboard in the video description if you want to check them out. And come hang out with us on Discord if you need help with anything. And I will see you in the next video, I guess. Bye.